Adesma ma yemo akwa ba emra Adom TV kase don hwe kase ye de bro said ye dai no na ensem no de di mu akotene bi ene se IGP de nsem atodwa se free se mampanyini e betna akonwa kase so no sa ba bi no waboa police dwumadie no eno ma hodo akade a wo hia bia no wo de amomo said ye be ya bibia ebetimi akonkan e de ama wo mo ifro ai de betwem wo mai mo mrahye bedwa fie dom kuma no e de sobo e bo aban se gold ho hyehyeye ahodo bi ho a wo ya ase wo pren hododo wan hwe de sunsuan so bone ebepre omaye no so ebebwrem ansa na nagrat ekuo no samra meka sei o mapaw empanyefo fofo obehwekuo no so no watimi aboa ama bibia timi akoye nsem bi ka we ho amana ne enegide mu nsem adwadie mu nsem eni pie ka woni aboa no ede na mediam je so ye obidum bi edukumi anwumre me na me so mo ye na ye homra ne ye fa nsem ne nkyeremu emro yemu akwa babio na afa ye munwra ensem na nkasa mu ne Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahama ne de nsem atodwa wo kyeremu as a TV license etua ho nsensem ya na akoda ne hawo nipa bi mpese obetua nom ne ade wo de hyehyeye eba abefo kwan so kwa betimi aboa ama ho nsem no ayemre ede amobia
Mampanyini John Dramani Mahama ne ede tudwa se be na TV license paying structure wono betumi ahyemo kenanti eni emre bi wono mo ba be hyehye se ne be ya wono mo bedane eni aye no public media levy we betumi aboa ama state broadcaster meche Ghana Broadcasting Corporation wono mo etumi nya sika hodo ede wondwuma e wo manyi emu o mampanyini nsem we sei etudwa wa bra wode na probo ekopi mu e wo Ghana Broadcasting Corporation a we nyina ye aproba hodo a wode ko eye nsentwadwumikuwa hodo akokohwe wonwumedi a wono edi ewo hono mo emprempren efie anya hwekura se wo TV a se wotua sidi no eduasa ensia afebia na se wo TV no ebro ba ko na se eyemienu anase ne dodo mu a wotua sidi no eduosia ensema mampanyi editu dwane bi eni.
There are few suggestions we have with regards to the so-called TV license, and I think that our thinking is going in the same direction to amend that law and to make it a public media levy of some sort. And we're going to change the range of that levy so that it's better able to mobilize funding in order to be able to subsidize the work of the public media. And so when we are ready, it will be discussed in cabinet, but we'll discuss with you what our thinking is before we finally go to Parliament and amend the law. I'm sure that with some of the suggestions we've got, it will be able to raise the amount of funding that it brings in and make you better able to do your work. Your minister brought the issue of the legacy debts to us. And so what I've asked him to do is just to make sure that you keep up with the current bill. We're going to ring fence the legacy debt, and then we're bringing it to the attention of the Chief of Staff to find the funding to be able to defray the legacy debt so that it does not continue to be a charge on you.
Omampanyin sign de etudwa se eni enhyehye agodo wono mu de gu akwan mu se ne be ya ebetumi aboma Ghana Broadcasting Corporation fonso wonwumedi etumi edimu wo man mu sanso obehwe ne wonadwuma yefo hawo agodo a wono mu ewo wasano ede ama wono mu.
We must discuss a new funding model to see how we can make you better able to discharge the mandates that you have. You've mentioned several things, and we're waiting to receive your proposals. I believe that you have the capacity and the assets to be able to modernize GBC. I mean, you sit on prime property in this city, and I believe that we can leverage some of those assets to create a more modern digital GBC that is more fit for purpose than in the past.
Yento aso na afi yenko mampanyini krona ensem fofo wodi tudwam na mampanyini chima osi ade a enye na enye enenti ensentwofo a nipa bi sori a na wodi wani te esi oso na wo bo no ene mampanyini akasa etia fasa no ma no.
Omampanyin John Dramani Mahama ne ede atodwa se Ghana National Fire Service fo adwuma yefobia wono de won sake kanse ntwene wodi ne dwuma wa Class FM eni wono mu etumi ehunu na wahye wono mu se nkonkotena fi na hwehwemu ahodo enkoso emfamfa kasafoni abeto monte no eso we no mampanyin echimu a se wono mu eye hwehwemu wie na se adwuma yefu hu ebon wonsem no mu a anya de se wonde won bone ebeche won kresan se na banyi anya de a wono mu ebesoso sa enema no eso sanse ensentwefo hu ehia no pa ne titi agye ene wonwuma wonomu edi ade abo oman no omampanyi din nsem wesi to dwa wabra ode na proboko pm e Ghana Broadcasting Corporation.
And so there's no way we'll countenance, the continued assault on journalists. So we've been in touch with the Ghana Journalists Association on these issues. We put them in touch with the security services. We need a reorientation of many of our security personnel to understand that just as they're doing their job of providing peace and safety, journalists are also doing their job of informing the people as to what is happening. So they are not antagonistic to each other. Indeed, they are both serving the same purpose. Yeah, so we're working on it. But occasionally these things will come up. But when they come, they must be dealt with, as firmly as possible. The Minister of Government Communication has taken it up. I think the officers have been identified, they've been interdicted, and an investigation is ongoing. But we'll countenance assault on journalists here.
Yanko Uti Regional Okopimo and some free hoba and said, Dum judgment no omunya no ma hodo omde be adwuma fire tender kra no ehwa ye den e dia ma Adom TV kase emra kopiem se na netia
Dum judgment ekuno ne fen wo Krachi East mensino emu wo timantemu eni wono hwe bankum anase nifa emu bia ni honti wono ede district road improvement project meche drip enfidi bi na adane wono fire tender sakoba ne se ejabi eto bibia eno na wono de ko ekwahwe se obetimi de edum no nyina enam ene fire tender wono mankasa se edum judgment eku wono eni bi sanse ne wono edi dwuma no asei we na maneboni enhwehwemu a waye chese kopimu Timantem no mu a wono fire tenders a wono eye enwotwe na sa enwotwe mu no emu ensia de mprempren enya de se ye dwuma mienu pe na mantam nyina edi dwuma ede ema wono mu a enam nse we hunti kasamafo de ma otimantem mu dumdwa dwuma eku no Maxo Ashon ede nse mwesi etudwa eho ena otimantem no mu fire operations officer ADO1 Isaac Edu enso enkase mo de tudwa se enche bia na ija etobia bia na wono mu eni fire tenant wono mo de pick up ne kuduru ho a ebra wono mo koye krumafo amfanche wono mo ebotoro de wono mo AGB ADO1 Maxo Ishon esa fasa akonya iso ede adese eto abanyi enemu se adawruma wono mo nhwa na senia wono mo eye ede mabambo dwuma ekufo ahodo no onye bi ema wono mo ne titiri ene fire tendency se ne be ya ebetumi aboa wo nwumedi emu.
Their challenges are enormous. But if you and I can attest to the fact, these appliances since 2012, they are old, they have been working, they have been on the road. Their machines, they will definitely break down. So as they are breaking down, we have that situation all over the country. What we have is what we are managing to work with. But thankfully, for the 2026 budget, government has given us assurance and budgetary allocations have been made that these appliances will be imported and will be brought to us. So we are only expecting and praying very hard that government honors as possible so that all the aging appliances, we can put them aside and rely on the new ones to work with.
Yes, Hamra Bambo for police for a catching a name. IGP din sama tudwa se mampanyini wosia woyo enye se bi okasakeke o kan se obema police for akande no wode osia yoyo amoba ye no wetimi amoma kande dodo na ebeboa amomudwumedi omudi etimi akonkan.
Police Adom hene Christian Tete Yohono ene dia to just say ohwe senior retooling ekoso ewo mampanyi Dramani Mahama amemu yi emu a akyerese oye wosi ade yua nyese wodna no kakeke ne mu no wosi a woye emprempren no mu ekasei posi dwumeko no enya Navara pickups oha we mampanyi ene de kwakodo mo no mo se wonso mu ne mo anso ewo nwumedi emu wabra Christian Tete Yohono ekasa ewo wono mo afi wasa wono mo de hyehye so ase ene de nsimbosi
Your Excellency, today marks yet another defining moment in the ongoing retooling of the Ghana Police Service in line with your promise of retooling the security services, and I am deeply honored to welcome you once again to the police headquarters for this important national assignment. On behalf of the Police Management Board, officers and men of the Ghana Police Service, I express our profound gratitude to you, Mr. President, for personally commissioning these 100 pickup vehicles for police operations across the country. Your presence here today is not only symbolic, it is a powerful statement of leadership, commitment, and trust in the Ghana Police Service. Your Excellency, when in December 2025, you handed over 40 armored vehicles to the police administration, you made a clear and unambiguous promise to the officers and men of this service and to the people of Ghana that retooling of the police service would not be a one-off event, but a sustained national priority.
Eho mampanyin John Dramani Mahama so enkase mu wo kire se na benye singete pa se enema hodo bia na se bohye bia wode ehye eye nwumeku ahodo no obedi so ntitiri eni posi dwumeku no se ne be ya wono nwuma wodie ewo mayimu ehwe se bambo won se betimi ejane na so no wono mo etumi aye no waye ne yie.
These are operational necessities. They will improve patrols, they will reduce response time, they will extend policing to hard-to-reach areas and strengthen police visibility nationwide. In simple terms, they will get the police to get to where they are needed faster and safer. Security is not built by speeches alone. It is built through planning, investments, and sustained support. This commissioning forms part of a deliberate strategy to modernize Ghana's security architecture. To the Inspector General of Police and the leadership of the police service, these vehicles are entrusted to you on behalf of the people of Ghana.
Yanko MPP amanyuko no akache Samra Mekasa idipe bia wagina amanyuko ni di mu pain. Apre wo maimu emrahye bedwa akonwa emu mako ha ene du nwotwe 118 na Samra so mo tai Dr. Mahmoud Baumi echi so metu franka amanyuko no.
Ene omanfo ohane edunwotwe a wono gina wo MPP amanyuko no edinsenke nto wonso aba nkopi mu ewo emrahye fie wa fempene dunu nan abato ne mu ene ede wona chita ama Dr. Mahmoud Baumi a se wono ena wono mo epese yeto abayi no man be frankatuni edema MPP amanyuko no ewo wono mo pepombo so me ndeto so ediasa baako abato a wono mo ede be hihye so menyi emu wono mo de sa ensem wesi etudwa ene ewo nsenhwefo nhyimu bia wono mo ede hihye so eho ena kane emrahye di momomfo wo sekendi ejapa mesa echrese ginaya wonomo esino wonomo ansori prekupe ena wonomo etu anamo animu no wonomo edwendwene ho pi ansa na wonomo esi ginaye enti wonomo aba montin so wonomo de aba betudwa
say you go into a new cycle na ya select your leadership na say wa offer no ho de opedo o contest bima since Kroma yeta nature 2023 ye yin donjine in the party name 2024 no on say enti obehia de yabama ewiase afandai na especially yen MPP for what aba de nye one MPs and one candidates individual when you based in common wait say when name asamonko one unique constituency no. But several other parliamentary candidates are all Ghana. Already 63 or so MPs. I once walk election in Kunim. We declare one support. I'm Dr. Mahmoud Baumi. And that's 118 as of the last count. So we declare. See, say, na ya boom ya YCP. There be more there kunya. Being here they about bondewu.
Wasa fasa kunya no so edito MPP etu ahene ne esi ahenefo enemu se ada Roma wono mo kono koto na ba na wono mo nhwe benkum anase nifa wono mo mfa won kromuti no entim so emfama Dr. Mahmoud Baumi a
statement mu ye kan the individuals are contest na no we nyimzifo why edwuma we party mo obia wo ho kwan de obotun wegina na mmom enye ne yensusu nyi de Dr. Mahmoud Baumi a odi far exceeds all of them. And see, after primaries, no, there is election. Even after election, no, there is a party. Party so or yankabum near the BBA.
Yanko Kennedy akompreko e Japan on also April MPP Frank Tubre Akunyano Ebi Nakachena Penyina Okasa Edemano Kwasi Kwatin Eden Samatuja. Sa Kennedy e Japan adia ompe. ene se enoma enim ensema emfa ekwan mu na ono wode na no kwa akotuma na se wo ba be kase de be ya omanfo behwe se omonto aba ma na omonto aba mfa ma no eno na ensema opanyine de atodwa
former that's sorry I say former parliamentary candidate bear 118 aka boma declare mo support ama Dr. Bawumia minim monsomu wo ebinu mo etro on support behind mo campaign na
video was intelligent questions so monsomu we o declare mo support
ama monso ana
obi ya fun den ejira over 200,000 polling stations they get you so no na sebio ye campaign ye no oni be ka se enye need reaction campaign ye enye sebio ase yem na ahye ene o si bibi mo bi ho bibi you have a plan and the plan is say ye di buo kwaso akobrase kwaso ene kasa de kwaso ene party for the kwa kasa ono mo na 2 minutes amonsem omo ne ka ebenwo omo so ne doso. So when you have a plan, you stick to the plan. On train Sibia, Sebio, what is a Oyonko campaign, air costro, a be any passimesi and a be any pacubi on the ground, so no massive to cry. Now, or be a chess, also what them, a business and a dear. You obviously will have some people supporting us. So now, no, say, almost more 67 MPs, and would you much? And the young Sebia. Omo university se bia omo no makora so omo benya nti
omo MP 67 that's what
oh say ye de se bio agro ne from what I say and then penifo se bio banche so ne ja de be de e ye de bu ema police station executive so ye nsusu ye ne ya adwemo no ye nwen de bia da se bio e wo se ye nya PC ebina akokere de police station ni ne de enye polling station for one young Kora. They are adults. They are very discerning people. They family people are one more a deep party in Nigeria. Actually, and to me here, and I say, can Japan here say, about parody MPs. Now I say, be a blue air, they have more transport. Here the camera see also. Now, my be general, and I say, parody pieces. That's a pieces, Obi, and no more than a coalition. So more influence you can see be our former and come on, but we are also not discrediting them. But I say, anyway, they are people almost here, they will vote.
Okay.
And Sebio, Okas or discredit, but now Kawan cannot cry the day. And so, but I have focus. It's not on say, in politics, the political astroturfing and cosmetic showmanship. That's not our focus.
Yanko may mumma shebedwa fie na dom kuma no ene omo de nsema ba betu dwa asem ampanyine e babambo ho nsem e wo Ghana wadi Ghana de hwemo.
Government burns millions on gold schemes and abandoned farms. Ghanaians sleep with one eye open. The security situation has deteriorated, transforming our once peaceful nation into fear and uncertainty. Fellow Ghanaians, 1 year into President John Mahama's renewed mandate, our country is gripped by insecurity that cannot be brushed aside with ceremonies. The Interior Minister has admitted that as of July 2025, Ghana had recorded about 628 cases of armed robbery and 340 murders involving illicit arms, and an alarming toll in just half a year. Ghanaians no longer feel protected in their own homes. The duty to safeguard life and property has weakened under politicized policing and neglect of security services. It is not merely resource, it is priority. Since January 7, 2025, communal and chieftaincy clashes have erupted from Boko to Sampa and Adom, leaving scores dead and thousands displaced in the Savannah and Upper East area alone. Clashes related to land and traditional authority have killed at least 31 people and uprooted about 48,000 citizens. A government that presides over such pervasive fear without a credible national strategy for prevention, early warning, and rapid response has failed a basic duty of protection. Fellow Ghanaians, kidnapping has risen sharply. Young women and men disappear. Children vanish on their way to school. And the story of an 80-year-old Senegalese goalkeeper, Sheikh Touare, is one of the most heartbreaking examples of how far this has gone.
Adom TV kaseni eguso aye de ema on ye nan ho kwaje aboafo nkrato de di kan mra ye ba ye beto aso. Yento aso na fe yenko ensem fufuroma ne de ni twemo memo mra hye bedwa fie bio na nei NPP amanyoko ne de nsema ba beto dwa se ohwemu a enhyehyeye a aban yes said ye be ya ye betimi di gold akọje normal hodo a o manga na ehia na NPP aban ne de baye na so aban yi baye no aso wa be bibia basabasa watoto no ma aguma ma normal enhyeda enkoye we ne nsema MPP amanyoko no so bo mo de bo aban emu nsem ne
kuma wagana mashebe fie ene edisobo ebo mampanyi Dramani Mahama abanyi wonmo echirima ekwan wafaso na Good for Reserves program no wonmo eyeno no enyade ebo a ne namso ama ene eka $240 million wonmo etumi ehunuye ewo bosome enkuna na ewo afimpinu dununum no emu ewo sentrofo nhyimu ya wonmo hyehyɛ so ena dom kuma no bana de ne abedi etwi a wasanye mrashebe dwani de momfa wa sokwa Patricia apiagedi nsemwesi etudwa
$214 million scandal. Nothing exposes the government's failure better than the Gold for Reserve disaster. In just 9 months, we lose $240 million. $240 million gone. That is 2.6 billion cedis, money that could have been built, that could have built hospitals, equipped schools, and established storage facilities for farmers. Instead, it was lost in a politically connected gold scheme. Now, let us be clear. The Gold for Reserves program was the brainchild of the NPP government.
Eho ena ene Patricia apejin kasaimu wasane tudwa se wamampanyi ebeto Good for Reserve program ne jana naso pampe ne senti wonomu nim ne koba ya ene ekabubru ena aba.
Who manages the program? Who executes purchases? Who negotiates with off-takers? Gold Board does. The bank provides funding and bears financial risk, but Gold Board makes the operational decision that determines profit or loss. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, if I give you $100 million to invest and you lose $20 million,
Yefua na fe yede ye ni echiremu ewo ensefufuro mu na ya ye nua bema Philip Osebonso ai kosi sen Asempa FM ono ene di ho chairman obi ina dodo na efre no na golden sensem ye wa trokata a wode pe emu enhwehwemu right to information se ebe ya nka empanyimfo fa no kwe wo mu mra monten Ghana ya boka ye nyamfa so de bensem ene wo mu a ene Adom TV kase ye de ene de eche
Philip Osebonso wono ene tine dwemu edandan ekosi senjumedia ekoso wa Asempa FM de biarada ene right to information request wa file bia wode ehwese ensembi Bank of Ghana betumi de ababeto montenso amapepepe yo etumi edi hene ne nsama wo bisa nyina efa Good for Reserve program no eho request aye kan wasemi obepombo somene toso enso wa fimwa ena wode ekoya we nyina enam ene assessment bia International Monetary Fund de twa ntia se IMF aya won mo hwehwe mu a kyerse ewo bosome nkron a edikan wa fimpino ne eduno enum no mu no eye ekabe se $214 million de etumi ebae wo good board for enwumedi emu ewo ne request yi emu no oseibo nsu ejina article 21F ewo 1992 constitution no emu sanso and the Right to Information Act 2019 Act 989 no eswa ode ehwese eni ensembisa anasensem ahodo mpanyimfo betimi de babeto montenso amamanfo etimu adahofan we ena ode to just say ewa fimpino ne eduno enan annual reporter Bank of Ghana for the beto montenso no anyada wono mo kire bibia da se wono mo abokabimpo ewo bebi sanso ena eye good for reserve initiative no so ebesi ni anyada se wono mo abo montenso abekire se wono mo aboka anasem faso so wono mo enya ne sentina ne right information request yi ebisa ensempoti bia ebine good dodoa wono mo eton ye ewo sa afenemu ewo wono mo good for reserve jimedi no emu sanso ena good dodoa afibia yeto efri emra sa program yi ehase ena finso afibia emfaso wono mo enya anaseka wono mo abo we no wo kiremu dia sa request ya wono mo yakwakoto empanyimfo nim no ehwese eni sene yedika ka no omamu ni nyina ebetumi enya antiase ewo ensem ahodo aye wono madwene mu kesen ne titiri ene ne tiefa wono mo eti ekosi senjumedie no
yanto aso na fe yemfa ye ni nchiremu ewo na grat kono emuna na grat kono ena panyimpa wode ne dwumedi ba na wie ye setitinani ana ode kono ano se president injo kabonu ene ode afutu ena ode ma eye fofo ye yuom so momra mesi na essence ntifunu wapegyafo ho na fofo mo ba no ena wo so mo hwe hunu so be mo mani ada ho dwumedi e da ho no enye bayira abrewajo into mo hwe no mo nya adwuma ni sede se na efata.
The National Association of Graduate Teachers Etwanicha Nagrat eni empenyimfo ya to abayi wono mo fofra onipa wodi wono mo enim ni Jacob Anaba wono mo edu onadwuma ehye wono mo ensa enam sama eni president ya wodi nedwuma wi na ne din ene Angel Kabono ehye wono mo se ebra wono mo ebe woma achechefo yedi hu nsem enda wona koma so pa na wono mo enko enkoden se ne be ya wono mo ekuo ni Ghana achechefo nso ebetumi ehunu woni mapa wono mo eye na aboanso ama omanyi etumi etumpon.
Union platforms and terrain are changing. We are having more critical members to deal with. We are having more sophisticated governments to deal with. Governments are no longer coming to negotiation with raw figures, but they come with researched information. We are having unionism where our women are saying they will no longer continue to be quiet and that they want equity, parity, equality. But we are facing changes at our terrain. Now the youth, all over Africa, want to be heard. What strategies are we developing to accommodate some of these changes? Because if we don't, we'll be swept away by the realities of the time.
I want to need President Fufro Jacob Anabanso Enkasaimu or the two Abenyi and Musa Roma, one shana, and Yama Hoodwe ha at a for one shan so no more one monetary, anyone who promotion ache, we will chimas one more to me, a yenasa, a beboache chef for a one more to me, Edwin Juma a year.
The issue of delayed promotion, especially the promise made by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to ensure that qualified teachers on the rank of Deputy Director and above are promoted respective grades has not been concluded. The vehicle maintenance allowance regrettably has been in abeyance for some time now, since 2018. The long-awaited deprived area allowance, which is yet to be materialized. Persistent challenges regarding the placement of teachers on the correct skills under the single spine salary structure, resulting in inequality that must be addressed.
Yemfri on afa yemfa yeninchim ewo sehwi kwa ukrum na okupimu ewo kwa ukruma ensama efri hoba enese ene nananom e de sama to dwa se nipa bi aba mpotem wo o ma yete se oba boni a wakwa awore otuba ncha onua abetu amana e pe galamse omo ye gala ne wie ye no mo gya ho ama nipa akotom ato anana no monse do
Wahini awo sehwi kwa kroma no ewo dwabo so mense no mu atoye tifimantem no mu ene akasa ede afa sene omanfo pina etina no mu ensedo ewo no krum ho a we wo chirima ni nyina enam efumagudi tu enfa kwampa so omanfo eye wia amena wono mu enkata so na akwakoye wo afidi ede ama omanfo kwa kroma ye kan wasemi eye kua kru bia ene yi kopi mu ewo hono mu a omanfo tu efumagudi enfa kwampa so bi so enwumedi ese no a sansemi ho na de nsembo sei etudwa
Yeah, Tiana said, a young for na year there, a human. But your more time, more fan catastrophe. Is a machine now okay? Me, I mean, I want to be a share assembly manager. On share say, or be more catastrophe. And me, sure said, yeah, assembly I can know. It is a mini confirmation from assembly. Because I think you can say 3 weeks granny. So, no, be sana and once. I mean, it be a chance to my baba. It be a mue, a mefra assembly, bisano. Yeah, cry, yet the enforcement be cry at the tone. So, Monoso, yes, and no, never. Oko baby cry into an also about Obetuan and more mamma. Entina kan ya message say me bisa assembly on say me so me na osisi yi
eho ena na ya ojabia wodi kan enkasa mu wasane to dwa say free emra wono mu de ne si edwa so se wo hene e de makwa okrum no wonsi nipa kra de enum wasi wono mu a wonyina eye galamse amena bi ena wono mu eto mu a wi akwakoye awre hosem
aseba ano mesi nipa be senum awo galamse ho no kura mi ni mi obo mama ne ya omu fi titi omo moto asase ma Can say for no? Because there's some motor was as no. Who is over Catasso, among Catasso? A movie on a joke. I never seen now when you see video. I'm a city panum. Oh, Gruma. You couldn't hear me here. You both be a man here, be a female. And to Miss
Young call bia your friend say a banda cabrunu na ho. And assembly member ho see you many ho. Emma bunu ni nyejumanye omunye jumana nko mobe na so hwan na ebi adwuma no ama mabunu ne nya bia ye nti ade sede enene opanyine de tudwa senka be ya kampanyifo mo kwan emfanto na mabunu no omunye adwuma ne binya
Assembly member wo Banda Kabronu electoral area ne din yaw anane ene de to emrahwedwani ogyamo monfe wo Banda Ahmed Ibrahim enim se adaroma wono monhwa na enwuma nsema eni wono mo empotemu wo wonso ano emfama wo manfo se ne be ya wono monso bitumi enya bibi aye na wonso wonsa etumi akọ wono mo ano ne titiri ene monfo wono mo akwakwaje ntitiye ewi ewusuapon ahodo emu sansem we sei yaw anane ono eya assembly member wo Banda Kabronu electoral area ene de to yamane boni Christian Ofurikuma enim.
Kabruno electoral area is comprised with 3 communities. Yo Kabruno, yo Sasi, and yo Kanka. Which challenges is ye face one. Bako unemployment. Nyame aya Adom sifi bandamai yako school kakra. Ebinum ekita MPhil. Ebinum ekita first degree, ebinum ekita masters. Ena SS fonso edoso yi. Anka tetene de na uhwe banda na yekuayo. Ewom so ende ekwaye no yegusu de na mbom youth no de debri aku school eno ntene ye besre se akwanya ba honorable minister for local government chief secretary and religious affairs se nyame ya Adom na oko sitia na wakai embabro no se de be ya ye betumi anya employment
eho na himfa wono mo wo sabiye enso ene de adeseto omanfo nyina enum se
tinama fiaduma no emu beye de imode o mekai mi ame kasei mawini district best farmer boduda dia last year obeye nsu bi maaye sa nsu no durume bi na tank no ehonya yi papa na pump no so asai nti no yadwane to ano na oye se obema mo behwa ya amaye ampani ampa mo beye sa pap na amaye krum haye adi kru bi a sebi network mobile kura no madu ho adanse also ofra obi a no say wo select credit sa ni so pese wo yekọ na ho to wa yisa wo kọ junction no so no ho a ana se yisa wo de woni kire no ho a
Adom TV kase yensa na ye homa enkoje aboafo nkrato ne meto aso ho emrahwedwani apomudi mu nsemu one kekeli foundation fo aka ho abom ama ekwa Your friend say a hospital from Mantemu Omako ekusi chip compound de amomo said be betimi abo amapom de wonsem akoye.
Emrashe bi no gyina mamafo ehu abato mpesa no eso Adom Kofi Kpotosu ene Kekeli Foundation aka wontoma abomu a wono de soso abofom ama ene chips compound wono mo eba be sibi ewo hosita no ewo hu mensinum wo fragmentum no emu wono mo echirima wo ye ne sase na bibitimi aboma ne apomudi wonsem ewo bie ho nso etimi egyina brane no manfo ho anhan wono mo ewo nsem ehu ama ye ne Emrashe bi dwani atwetwe nkoma wo de nsem wesi atudwa.
The shortcutting that we experience today is to put up a community clinic for the people of Hosita and the Powerhouse, which is one of my communities. You realize in this whole area there is no health facility here. So this is the beginning of greater things in this year within my constituency. Yes, it's in collaboration with Kekeli Foundation. Yes, so by the end of this year it should be completed. Yeah, it's going to be the standardized Ghana Health Service chips compound. I want to use this opportunity to alert the community members to be vigilant so that nobody takes any item from site away, because every item here has been costed to meet the completion of this project. So they should always be vigilant and prevent people from taking items out of here. That's all I want the community members to do.
I want to director the Kekeli Foundation, Carrie Brown, and so Enkaseimu watchere eni
to make it a community clinic to serve the area as well as the children we work with within the school. We approached the Member of Parliament about collaborating on this project, and because of the need for the clinic, we've come together to partner.
Edwadi munsem ye de ebrowa omanfo okoto no ma nansentem enkanka tofe biscuit nom na yade Adom TV kase ne o ma twetwe nkomo magye atom se no kwer e-levy ye edi efree so sanso ene to ahodo bi o mampanyini twema ni nyina ye efree so ama no ma ne bo etimi abafom emunsem
na commissioner domestic tax tano pay ye baha say wa woni to aban de emra foforo ahye ho ebe ma ye ne eto ne ma ne ho atoyen kakra ya tete VAT ne ya teso na wa ba se obeto ade ente ebusa se otoye no shop no receipt awanya no VAT no eno ana wanya wate ase ana.
Well, these are limited on your mouth. But I know by the Amepe the Manyani, but I think say a coup.
Now the Unya and one say tax na on penny a year free honey, a year free so. COVID levy no when who also.
Me patch on receipts in go. After na ekita me percent and commission so.
I bet na person no aka chance say COVID no also na year free ho.
Me patch on say mo year free so.
Omo year free so. Na VAT no so who sign was so.
Say insurance no mark.
Okay. 15% no.
Me patch on.
Yensa mo akwa ba bio na ye na ye ho bio mra ye ba go kansie mu nsem Bernard Padibotwe nyame ba edebebro
sai amo akwa ba de badom kase brewedu sem dia wo kansie mu ensem bro me de nyame ba Bernard Padibotwe na yenda ni Fanche Ghana Football Association enhwe nsem ay koso wonim say Ghana qualified to the World Cup na isi nsem abobo ban say oh yemfa de ayu nkwa na say man yemfa ne nkone no nkofodo do na twe ho tare pa nyefe de agro no na former GFA president Papa ne de kwesi na ntechi enso de ni no aso man to dwa say de ye be call na say yon technical team no na o decision no
a technical question mean to me and as a player Fatase over blaster na yenya coaches decision sometimes omo take decision you know when you yempe so omo na akom coaching school me go coaching school but Andrea you are there pa age I do no nipa bebre current me mobile at that age and so other so boy yemo na baso say e ba ne say obetimi abo blasters na wa she goals am energy na coach so you be support
and I near Fanche Kumasi Asante Kotoko for so ye nhwe de ekoso e wo honim se GPL transfer window na bie gidigidi na zisia no da no eche Kotoko head coach Karim Zito de purchase zisia no enye ma try my players na opeo de bi zisia de opeo tried and tested players e wo Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
We are not going to try and see. We want people who can go direct. So gradually I think I'm getting my feet and Yes, there was one, and we are talking to him. I don't know. I select, and then they talk about the signing. I don't do signing. I just give them the authority to do it, and then they will do it. So they are on it until I ask them how far have they gone, and then they will tell me maybe this or that. But with
right, inti ha na brama mo kwan na dia wokense mo no ensemesimi na de nyame ba Bernard Paribotwe Rakweku etwaso.
Yanko enigidie mu nsem nanso ya rehosem nwomtuni a ye friend se maami tiwa ya ye ne na awotweda maami to anana mo nse do areho na awotweda ne sei ne koya
enne ba mo wa mo hujemprin e de obapa tiwa ai ememu tuntudie wosre be dia bonchene bana na wosre na afo obapa sebi ebru sebi anya do wode nani atun ma chewi asemani nada ama edom ne na enimo no empani se dia wani mu no ya abodoma sabre ogu ye funu mu na wo bigugo eye asasi so obeti wa due buru obapa ene nsia do awoko
yenyina arehosem so na kase ne mfamra na wie ye president ebeboawo ya fa bi etwetwusen ansa no wada de chi afa twetwusen ebema wosen apai fita edi am je so ye obidum bi ekwakwadu kuma enwere me na me besom mo yadamase bye bye.